What up YouTube? How are we feeling today? Hope you're doing great. Thanks for clicking my content. Really appreciate you joining me today. And of course we're gonna have a look at the vendors in the vendor reset because it's Tuesday and it's the last day of the month. So let's see if we get that second episode of Annex Initiative giving us some more information about the future of the division, of course with the new content coming in February. If you like the video, you know how it works, like the video and of course hit that subscribe button, but let's just dive right into the vendor reset. Are you ready? Let's go! And there we are guys, at the White House. The Mozambique specials for sale here. Of course the named pistol, a perfect brass basket on there. And it has 15% pistol damage maxed out. So if you're still looking for a gun, definitely pick it up. You can roll the critical hit damage for whatever you think is necessary. And you can god roll it. MP5N, not a great rolls if you ask me, please leave it here. SOCOM N16, same, too low in attributes to pick up and not loving the combo of Sadist on there. X45, pistol, go for the open world, or if you want to go for steady handed and damage to armor on there, pick it up, roll that pistol damage to the max cap and you have a decent pistol to roll with. Then the 511 backpack. You know my opinion about 511 and I'm not loving the combination of overclock and hazard protection on there. It isn't a great buy if you ask me. Hannah U chest with 4k armor generation on there, a skill tier and then braced. It isn't the greatest combination if you ask me. The 4k armor generation could be nice, but then braced in combo with repair skills, no thank you. Over to the mods, 10% critical hit damage, 6.3% duration for your drone, the 5.7% duration for your turret, and the 4.7% blast radius for your sticky. Let's jump over to the clan. And there we are guys, the battery pack of course from the Empress International named backpack were perfectly calculated, is for sale at the clan vendor with 10.5% critical hit damage and 17.5% repair skills. This could maybe be something for a crit skill build, but then again I don't know if you like that perfect calculated on there. There are a lot more better talents to go for. Then the knee pads of Striker, 10.8% weapon damage, status effect on there, way too low to pick up. Future Initiative, 8.1% headshot damage, but it has a skill tier. If you don't want to go for the headshot damage, definitely craft it. Mask of Future Initiative, again 8.1% headshot damage. If you don't want to go for the headshot damage, definitely craft it because it has a skill tier. And then over to the MP7, and this could be a decent buy because you can roll that talent away, that Sadist, because it already has that 6% damage to armor, 12.6% SMG damage and 16.5% critical hit damage. The attributes are pretty high up there, so you can just optimize them. If you don't want to optimize them and just roll them, then go for the SMG damage in my opinion. Then of course you need to go for the talent Sadist and optimize the critical hit chance to get it to god roll. Then the black market AKM. Very decent buy as well. The headshot damage could be nice for example a headshot damage build and then roll that talent away and optimize the rest. It's gonna set you back, but it's a decent amount of attributes. Spaz 12. Not the greatest. Close and personal on there could be nice, but I'm not loving the combo of 11.6% shotgun damage with the 8% critical hit damage. Tactical 308, not great. Swap speed on there, way too low. Marksman rifle damage. Golden gear gloves with 155k armor, but then next to that skill damage and health. I don't know if you want skill damage and or health on the golden gear, so in my opinion looks great, but please leave it here. Knee pads of Araldi is a very nice buy. 5% critical hit chance, 10.8% critical hit damage and 12.3% weapon damage. My opinion, roll the weapon damage to the max cap and you only have to optimize 1% critical hit chance and 1.2% critical hit damage to get this to god roll. Definitely pick it up if you're still looking for it. Over to the chest of Jarl. Please leave it here. Entrenched, health on there, not the greatest combo. Then over to the mods, 16.8% repair skills, 9% disorient resistance, the 9% radius for your pulse, and the 4.3% damage for your drone. But let's jump over to the campus. And there we are guys at the campus. The darkness is for sale here. Of course the named marksman rifle perfect IOS on there, but it is just trash, too low in attributes. M700 Tactical, same, attributes are too low to pick up. Military MK46 could be a decent buy. The damage to armor and damage to target out of cover are already on there. Maybe a little bit low, but they are on there. And it comes with Strength. Strength is a very nice talent to have for the lower RPM guns. So in my opinion, if you want to pick this up, roll the LMG damage to the max cap, optimize the rest, and you have a pretty nice military MK46. Mask of Richter and Kaiser. Don't know if you want it with weapon handling and headshot damage, please leave it here. Richter and Kaiser holster with repair skills and the status effect on there. If you want to go for a repair skills build, you could pick it up, roll the status effect away for whatever you think is necessary, but still the repair skills could be a little bit better. Over to the mods, 16.4% repair skills, the 6% skill haste for your cam launcher, the 8.3% reviver armor for your hive, the 8.5% radius for your pulse, and the 4.2% duration for your traps. But let's jump over to the theater and see what they have to sell us. And there we are, guys, at the theater. The Culebra is for sale here, of course, a named shotgun with perfect jazz hands on there. If you want to pick it up, roll that rate of fire away for some damage to target out of cover and optimize the rest. Can set you back, but could be a decent buy. Marine Super 90, same, could be a decent buy. Pumped up on there is a decent shotgun talent, then roll the shotgun to the max cap and optimize the rest. Again, it's gonna set you back, but if you're still looking for it, could be a decent buy. Police MK17, too low to buy in my opinion. Over to the Oraldi gloves. Not a great buy. Explosive resistance on there and only 3.1% critical hit chance. It's gonna set you back way too much to optimize. Then over to the knee pads of Overlord. Rainbow roll and not the best one. Explosive resistance status effect. No, thank you. Then over to the mods. 15.3k armor on kill. The 4.8% skill haste for your mine. The 4.2 deflector damage for your shield. The 5.9% skill haste for your firefly. And the 6% health for your decoy. Let's jump over to the DZs and hopefully they sell us something good. And there we are, guys, DZ East, first DZ, Ikim's Longstick is for sale here, of course, the marksman rifle, perfect range on there, but it isn't a great buy if you ask me, too low of attributes. SOCOM MK20 SSR could be a decent buy because it is 13.3% marksman rifle, 5% damage to armor already on there, so if you want to go for the damage to armor, then definitely roll another talent on there. Then the classic RPK-47 could be a little bit better if you ask me. Too low on LMG damage, critical hit damage, and then sadist on there. Then over to the Mask of Ongoing Directive. Could be a nice buy. 13.1% weapon damage already on there, so you can roll the status effect for whatever you think is necessary. Aces of Eights. Too low weapon damage and explosive resistance on there. No, thank you. Mask of Overlord. Could be a little bit better. 12.9% weapon damage is decent, but then the 3.9% critical hit chance and 7.8% status effect, would love to see it a little bit higher or different. Over to the Bellstone holster with 12% skill haste. It is a rainbow roll and not the greatest one, so please leave it here. Same for the mods, guys. Too expensive in the DZs. Go for the open world, go for the open world vendor, or go for the summit. Let's jump over to our next DZ. And there we are, guys, DZ South. The TDI card is for sale here, 10.6% pistol damage. Of course, that extra skill tier on there because it's the named pistol and the talent Lucky Shot on there. Black Market T821 could be a decent buy if you want to go for headshot damage because I'm not a fan of reformation. If you don't want to go for the headshot damage, then definitely leave it here. AKM could be a lot better, not loving the reload speed, low assault rifle and Sadis as the talent on there. Magnum, pistol, go for the open world. Backpack of Aces of Eights with 9.7% headshot damage already on there. So 0.3% away from the max. Definitely pick it up if you're still looking for it and you want to go for headshot damage. Then roll that weapon damage to the max cap and you have almost a god roll backpack of Aces of Eights. Only that 0.3% to roll. Then over to the Nego chest. With 11% weapon damage, almost 4k armor generation. It isn't a great combo and too low in weapon damage to pick up in my opinion. backpack of Walker and Harris. With the combined arms, 16.6% repair skills, 10.3% critical hit damage and 11.3% weapon damage. Could be a little bit better, but if you're still looking for it, you can pick it up and then roll the repair skills away for some skill damage, for example, because this is a decent one to use on your skill damage build if you want some extra weapon damage. Then over to the Alps chest. Could be a lot better Overwatch and skill haste on there, but then the 4.5% weapon handling. Not loving this combo. Just like the mods, guys, go for the open world, go for the open world fenders. It's way too expensive in the DZs. Let's jump over to our last DZ. And there we are, guys, last DZ West. The firm handshake is for sale here. Of course, the 15% status effect already on there, but it's just straight up trash if you ask me. Over to the ACS 12, too low to buy as well. ACR SS, too low to buy as well. Tip of the spear with 11.2% weapon damage and 6.5% headshot damage, too low to buy in my opinion. Rigger knee pads, 16.2% repair skills. If you don't want to go for the repair skills, it has a skill tier, so you know my opinion, always craft it. Then over to the Providence. Could be a decent buy, but still too low in normal attribute. 12.6% weapon damage. Next to that, the 3.8% critical hit chance and the 6.1% headshot damage. Could be a decent buy. You can roll the headshot damage away and optimize the rest, but it's gonna set you back. Knee pads of Badger Tough. Could be a lot better if you ask me. Same as for the mods. You know my opinion. Go for the open world. Go for the open world vendors. Go for the summit. It's way too expensive in the DZs. Let's jump over to New York. And there we are, guys. First vendor of the New York. G36 enhances for sale here, but please leave it here. Paratrooper SVD, same, too low in rolls. US 45, same, way too low in rolls. M45A1 pistol, go for the open world or pick it up because it's decent amount of pistol damage and damage to target out of cover already on there, so you can roll the talent away and optimize the rest. It's all on you. Then over to the Alps backpack, rainbow roll and not the best one. Unstoppable Force as the talent on there, no thank you. Knee pads of Providence, way too low on weapon damage and health on there, no thanks. 511 mask, maxed out armor, but next to that 7.3% hazard protection, 8.8% skill haste. I don't know if you want to go for that combination. Then over to the mods. 16k armor on kill, the 8.3% skill duration, then the 4.2 deflector damage for your shield, the 4.1% duration for your cam launcher and the 5.9% shock radius for your traps. But let's jump over to our last vendor of today. And there we are, guys, at Roy, our last vendor. The MP7 is for sale here, but it is just trash, way too low in attributes. Classic M44 carbine could be a lot better as well. US 45 ACP, same, again, trash to buy. Card 45, too low in attributes, handgun, go for the open world. 511 chest, you know my opinion on 511, doesn't help you at all in the game. Knee pads of Golan, double red on there and only 130k armor, or almost 130k armor. This could be some buy, then roll the weapon handling away for whatever you think is necessary, but still it's gonna set you back. Golan holster with 10.4% critical hit damage and almost 130k armor. Then roll the repair skills away for whatever you think is necessary. Could be a decent buy as well, but again it's gonna set you back. Then over to the mods, 16.6% repair skills, the 4.3% critical hit chance, the 6.1% healing for your mine, the 5.9% blind effect duration for your firefly, and at last the 4.1% duration for your traps. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the vendor reset. Of course, I'm gonna close it off tomorrow with Cassie Mendoza. Hopefully she sells us some better stuff, because we don't have a really must buy in this vendor reset. There are a few decent buys, of course, but there isn't really a must buy or that you definitely need to pick up. Hopefully in a few hours we hear a little bit more about the future of the Division 2, of course with the second episode of the Annex Initiative. And of course, I will keep you posted. So keep an eye on the channel. We'll definitely make some content about it. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribers button. And of course, the notification bell. PurePrime out.